guys, I am so sorry. I had not intended to wait so long to make this video. It's just been a crazy busy, probably like 10 days. Things have calmed down on that front. The funny thing is I was off work for 2 weeks and I had this big long list of things I wanted to get done, and I got maybe 2 of those things done. But it's okay. It's okay. I'm not mad about it. It just adds to the stuff I need to get done this week. So, visiting my word of the year. I've done a word of the year as probably a decade or so, and I never took it ultra seriously until about 7 years ago, I think it was, and it was a New Year's Eve, and my youngest son, his band had been booked into a gig, and my husband had to drive them because they had drum equipment and keyboard and all this other stuff, and it was far enough away that he had to stay with them. I was so incredibly sick, and I was moaning and groaning, fever, just really wanted someone to take care of me, and there was nobody there, and I was just lamenting my situation and complaining, and just I think I was like, why God, why? And just, on and on and on. And as clear as day, I heard the word listen. I mean, it was to the point where I froze. I thought somebody had come home. I thought maybe my oldest boy had come home from college or something like that. And I honestly thought someone was in the house. That's how clear it was. And think what you will about that. It might have been, a fever hallucination or something like that, but it was just so clear to me at that point that I was thinking, wow, that was clear as day, and that must be something I need to focus on. And so that year I took it super seriously. I did, everything I could to teach myself to listen and those types of things, and not just to people I was talking to, but as I was reading or watching a movie, anything like that, I would really focus on listening to what the words were. And that was the first year I took it seriously. And I noticed a difference that following December. And so ever since then, I've been really conscientious about choosing a word. And in the past, I've had words like listen, and then grace, abide. Last year was humble. This year, I wanted to take all of these things that I've been focusing on, and instead of focusing so closely on this, self-improvement or something that, I was beating myself up about that I needed to do better, I wanted to focus on being positive, but I also wanted to focus on how I could best affect other people with that, without walking around and, sprinkling fairy dust around or whatever. And I wanted it to be positive, but also to the point where it would affect other people. It would show to other people. And I have forever said to my students, the best way to witness to other people is by example. And so I was just struggling, and I'm trying to find a word that would encompass all of these things, something positive, yet something that would radiate onto other people, and, cutting out the negative as much as you possibly can. And I happened to have a couple people in my life last year that were very, energy sucking and negative, and everything out of their mouth was negative. So I wanted to focus on not even letting that enter my mind, and just focusing on positive, focusing on good things, and how I could best project that to people around me. And I'm somewhat of a wordsmith. I read a lot. I enjoy learning about languages and things like that. And the fact that I was struggling was bugging me. And, I played with things like thrive, which is a great word, but just stuff like that. And nothing felt right, to just put it bluntly. So I was talking to my oldest son, and I was explaining, November, I think it was. So you're working on your next word of the year, and I'm like, yeah. And I explained to him what I was looking for and what I wanted to do and what I was looking to encompass in this word. And I'm telling you what, there are whole workbooks out there where you list out your goals and your priorities and you whittle these words down and you cross out what doesn't resonate with you and things like that. I didn't want to make it that formal. I've never had to before, and I didn't want to make it something so forced. So I kept waiting and prayed about it and all that. And that night I was talking to my son and he said, well, what about shine? And I thought, and I immediately shut it down, which is what those negative people were doing. But the more I thought about it, the more it seemed to resonate with me. And the more I thought, shining to project to other people would have to mean that I was inwardly shining as well. And I was feeling positive on the inside in order to project that outward and to affect other people and to show other people positivity. And I thought about it. I, worked it over in my overthinking brain way too long. And I decided that does encompass everything that I'm looking for this year, that I want to project positivity, that I want to feel that positivity, cut out as much negativity as I can, but also to, project that to other people and to, help people when I can and things like that. So, looking at all of these different verses and sayings and poems, and it's just, the word is everywhere. And I feel like that's going to be a great touchstone for me. Like, to see this word all over the place is going to be amazing for me. Usually I start out in January and February with a few things that will help me to remember, and just, that visual just kind of hammers it home for me. So I have a necklace that says shine on it. My planner cover right now says shine on it. My sweet husband got me a tumbler that says shine on it and a cross on the back. I will not lose this, that's for sure. But I just thought, what better emphasis than to focus on radiating towards other people, and to do that you have to be positive. And in order to shining is an absence of the darkness. And that to me just says it all. And so I just think it's a great word for this year. I'm going to focus on that. I'm going to challenge each of you, or maybe down in the comments, or if you see me or whatever, if I look mad, if I look like I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, ask me why I'm not shining, or ask me why I should be shining, because there's always blessings. So like I said, no big announcement or anything like that. I honestly did not intend it to be this long in between videos, but life, what can I say? With that said, I just want to remind you to please be kind to one another always, and I will see you next time. Bye.